Alright guys, with that tripometer I am here. Well, at least we're halfway here. One of the big purposes of this truck build was, because it's such a big truck, crew cab, it takes the entire family on a road trip. Who needs testing, you're right? So anyway, today hit the road, everything's been going fine. Filled up with diesel. The first calculation was 21 points and 21 and some change miles. I don't remember, is it high or low 21s? And that was in stop and go traffic, up and down hills. It was just, start, stop, lots of acceleration, deceleration. So I'm extremely happy with that. I went to get my second calculation, and the fuel place was like, it had diesel, but it was biodiesel. No, I haven't read too much about using biodiesels in 4BTs. I mean, it might be fine, but I just couldn't do it. So I had to pass, so I haven't filled up. And so, if you can see, I have half a tank. So that, which means that I could have easily made it here, on one tank. And I don't have a very big gas tank. All right, so now let's see if we can take a look at the engine bay to see if there's any surprises under the hood. The entire trip was fabulous, absolutely fabulous. All right, fun times. All right, okay, so let's see if we have any surprises. I know it's gonna be hard for the camera to see. Looks like I see a little bit of seepage where I didn't do such a good job of capping the second hydraulic fuel line. Okay, what else do we see? This side is looking extremely dry. I see a little bit of something right here. A little bit of something. Not very much, but definitely some wetness. I don't know what it is. So we'll take a peek over here to see if it's coming from the fuel pressure. Maybe the fuel pressure gauge has a little leak. I don't know. Start taking a look at the turbo. Turbo looks fabulous. Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. The engine. Can't tell. You probably can't see, but I'm looking and kind of looking at the trouble spots. The engine's looking fabulous. No leaks around the head. When you don't have very miles on the engine, there will be various leaks, but this is looking freaking fabulous. Okay. Alright, so no surprises there. I've been here for a few minutes. Let's see if we have any surprises under here. The concrete, it looks great. I see a little drop, but that's probably coming off the breather valve. That's expected. There's that the drop from the fluid you saw earlier. Let's see if we can see a little bit of wetness up there. Just a little bit. Okay. No worries. No worries at all. I really think that is coming from the oil pressure gauge. I tightened it up once, and I'm not too worried about that. Truck had great fuel pressure coming down, but again, I'm sure you can see that. Halfway here on the road trip, just put all the miles on there. The truck ran great. I would call it a success. I would call it a success. I'll figure that out in a second. So as of today, I didn't work on the truck too much. I was more of just checking the fluids, making sure all the fluids was good, making sure all, check the transmission fluid, the oil, all that good stuff before I left. It ran okay, or actually ran good, but the shifts were kind of hard sometimes. I think I'm going to need to spend more time on the transmission controller. I loved my little, 30-minute fake wooden console thing. So actually it's real wood, but it's just nasty. It's like scrap wood I threw together just to hide all the the transmission stuff, but it was actually good because you can see it, I set my cell phone on it and all that good stuff, and it was a really good extension for the console because it's a road trip, and you know we are all packed in here. Extremely happy about that. So yeah, the entire trip went smooth. Shifting, starting off, you know, from a dead stop was not so good, but that's something I can work on with the transmission controller. But it didn't affect the overall, because the overall performance, the overall feel of the trip. So I'm extremely happy with the situation, and I would call this an extreme success. You got the 4BT and the 4L80 in the truck, got the family down here, road trip, it ran great, fabulous. And the nice thing is, the diesel, you know how the diesel makes that noise, it actually kept the babies asleep. It's kind of like white noise. It was a little louder than probably they appreciated, even though I have an exhaust put on it, but it definitely kept the babies asleep, and it kind of kept the 3-year-old, I'm sorry, not 3-year-old, the 5-year-old, oh, my brain's not working, I'm tired, it's like 1 in the morning, and I've been on the road quite a bit today. It kept the 5-year-old at bay from, you know, just, she's a big talker, and so she just kind of relaxed and hung out and, you know, played a little iPad. But so I'd have to say, just as the end, this will probably be my last video for a few days. I'll probably make one on the coming back from the trip, but extremely happy with the situation. The only thing that I don't have is I wasn't able to finish the AC system getting it wired up. I think there's a wire that comes from the computer that actually allows the AC to kick on. I couldn't get that nailed down, but since it's December, I was okay with it, and I even told my wife about it, and she was like, "Oh, let's just go." And I offered to take her SUV, and it's a mid-size SUV, but it still would not have held all the stuff that they wanted to bring. So through all this, I think it actually ended up working out well. You know, everyone liked the space. No one was crowded. You know, with 3 car seats back there. You know, 3 big car seats. Still, we weren't crowded. So, extremely happy about the situation. And like I said, this will probably be last video for a week. Then on the way back, then I'll probably create another one. Hopefully, a successful video. As I was telling Tracy, we can't go on the side of the road and turn our blinkers on this trip. It's just not possible. She's like, "Well, why?" It's like, "Are you that confident in the truck?" I was like, "No, because this truck's blinkers don't work." So there's no way I'm gonna flip my blinkers on. I have no idea why the blinkers don't work, and I thought about fixing them last night, but I said, screw it. You know, let's just hope for the best, and it worked out well. So you guys have a wonderful week, and I will see you next week, and we'll see how the return trip ends up. Hopefully not with a video of me on the side of the road laughing or crying. All right, y'all have a good one.